What's up, everybody? Chef G here, back in the kitchen with another one. Today on the menu, I got beef empanadas. I got the ingredients in the back ready to go. Let's start cooking. Alright, so let's start off by cooking the ground beef. For this recipe, I'm using 8515 organic ground beef. Alright, so I'm going to add a drizzle of olive oil to my pan, and I'm going to turn it on to medium heat. For me, that's going to be a 6 out of 10. Once your oil is hot, go ahead and add a hefty tablespoon of sofrito. Alright, once your sofrito has been sauteing for about 1 or 2 minutes, go ahead and add your ground beef. Alright, now what you want to do is go ahead and break up your ground beef. Alright, now we're going to add our seasoning. Once all of your seasonings have been added, go ahead and mix it all in. Alright, now I'm going to add ketchup. I'll go ahead and mix that all in. I'm also going to add a few olives. Now you're going to go ahead and let that saute for about 5 minutes. Alright, once the ground beef is finished, go ahead and turn off the burner and put it to the side. Alright, so we're going to let the ground beef sit for about 30 minutes so it can cool down. You don't want to start stuffing your empanadas with hot meat because you're going to have a mess everywhere. You also want to let your meat cool down so the juices can absorb back into the meat. Don't drain the juices from the pan. That's where the flavor's at. Allow the meat to reabsorb those flavors, reabsorb those juices, so when you bite into your empanada, it's flavorful and more juicy. Alright, so now that we're waiting for the meat to cool down, let's go ahead and make a side of mayo ketchup. Alright, so for my mayo ketchup, I put a 1/4 cup of mayo, a 1/4 cup of ketchup, a splash of white vinegar, a pinch of garlic salt, a pinch of cayenne pepper, a pinch of salt and pepper, and a pinch of sugar. Alright, so the ground beef has fully cooled down, so let's go ahead and begin stuffing the empanadas. I'm using the disco grandes for this recipe, but I'm actually going to cut them in half because I don't want them to be that large. Alright, now I'm going to take my empanada dough, I'm going to seal it halfway, then stuff it with the meat, and then fully seal it. And once they're fully sealed, they should look something like this. Alright, once your empanadas are fully stuffed, go ahead and pan fry them on medium-high heat. For me, that's going to be a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching.